Nice day, people. Couldn't say so much yesterday. Today's turned out a little bit more clearer. So, enough on our minds right now. We're being Gestapo'd into not being able to have our freedoms and choices. And it's got to be said. You know, it's been said through and through, we need to educate ourselves with our English constitution. Basically, the party and the information that they're giving you, common law helps. Because what we got to get into our heads, people, is this, is that if we fail to be the influence that's needed of the people of the country that we are, England, George's flag. See, they impose dictatorship through and through with their coverage on media, your politicians, yeah? How can this not be fact for you to see? And no, they are. They are exactly that. They are dictating to you, telling you got no choice. Like we put in a petition that people are signing right now, saying no to ID, digital ID. But they're telling you, we're going to do it anyway. Does that not tell you everything? They're saying, we don't care, we're telling you and we're doing, and that's it. Where's our freedom? Where's our choices? Where's our rights? What we need to do, people, even on snap election, no consent, right on the back of the form, no consent. I'll be doing this 100%. Shame I didn't know it before, because I would have done it before. But you just put on there, no consent, Ashby versus White, 1703. If we do this, people, yeah, kiss goodbye to Starmer, yeah, and kiss goodbye to Farage and the likes of them, yeah, they're going to get what's coming then. That's called Constitution, yeah, and that's the English Constitution, and that's the English law, and the fruit is bearing goods, yeah. You know, for the last 4 years, studying common law, not really getting to the point of the Constitution, but I feel the Constitution because for years and years I was living and breathing and actually in possession of the American Constitution. How's this, you ask? Well, you can thank the LDS, Latter-day Saints, for that, yeah? Because where it comes to the LDS, because of the church and because of the height of people's acceptance to live a morally higher walk of life, supposed to be anyway. So, oh, it is lovely. I like feeling the heat. Yeah, I do. I like feeling the heat. So, what I'm saying is, listen, look, for me to be one of the lacking in education, and yet I'm one of many few, well, there's many, but only few compared to the numbers, that didn't get vaxxed, that see the truth, that still is defending for humanity, yeah? You know, they've thrown everything at me what they possibly can so far, and they damage everybody that's standing up individually, anybody, any human that is really sincerely waking up. And there's differences in waking up, but that's another story. So, we're all in dilemma, we're all fearful, and let me get it right, yeah? Most of you, even when you're given by the council tax demands, what do? You toddle on down and you go to an agreement and you agree with them. right? Well, what good is that? It ain't, is it? Why? Because you're all in fear. Yeah, listen, they pulled me to the court, same as everybody else, yeah? The only difference was I was listening, right? I was listening to people that were fighting this, yeah? People that were fighting council tax, yeah? We're talking about people under common law, yeah? We're talking about people that are battling in the courts even, yeah, as we speak, and has been whilst we have been trying to make the right decisions. So, cut a long story short, there was 2 of us that actually got seen in the court. The rest of them done an agreement downstairs. Now, that's because they don't know, yeah, they don't know. So they had to go into the court and they had to face them. And they had to say no, I don't agree, blah, blah, blah. And I did, I said them. And they went and turned around and said, well, we're going to have a go with the liability order anyway. I said, well, it's unlawful. Yeah, I told them where it's at, yeah. Well, I'm still waiting for them to come and try and do something, yeah. Well, anyway, so I'm just one of the very, very, very minor percentage of you, yeah. And we, people like you, me, yeah, people like me and Graham and Andrew and, you know, there's a lot of them, more than there were, yeah, like people meeting on the 18th down London about sovereignty, yeah. And that's, sovereignty's not all like, you get this sort of mind scope that it's to do with money. Well, it is, but not direct. Yeah, sovereignty isn't sovereignty as in like that. Sovereignty is in people's power. So, turns out, you know, last election I wouldn't vote. Why? Because wherever you vote, no party do I agree to. So if I had known about this then, I would have done it. But we have another opportunity window. And it's fast approaching, whether it's a snap election or whether it's the one due in due course. Either way, what we need to do is we need to react properly, and that is, apparently, I do not consent, written on the consent, on the ballot paper, the voting paper, and no consent, Ashby versus White 1703. Now the reason this is because it's a case that gives you your rights to deny those that are unacceptable as parties because of the treason and the wickedness that they are in deception on everybody. That's including Farage, yeah. That's including you reform. It is, believe me. Listen, when you people have been standing around living your lives, doing the ticking of the boxes, I was fasting, making sure I know, yeah. And I'm telling you, I know, yeah. I know. As much as I breathe and live, I know. And I know that Farage was no one to be backing. And I knew there was no party, no real rightful politician. And then all of a sudden I heard about Andrew, because it wasn't blatantly obvious to me, not at all, because of the way life is and studying hard for common law to find out what all this was about. And then after a while, right, it turns out a year or so after the actual fact of it, Andrew stood up against them in there saying, well, you know, about the children, about this, about that, yeah. He's the only one that's worthy of the people of this country. He's the only man that's like, I see, you know, if there was ever a rightful party or a rightful leadership, he should be there, because he's the only one that sees right for our country, yeah. And the same as Graham, yeah, like Graham Moore. So we need to be backing these people. These people are telling us time and time again some of the remedies we need to be doing. And yet, what are you doing? Just going on to work, yeah? Going along Oh, I've got to pay the bills, which is keeping them and the beast going, and labour and everything else. Yeah, that is all you lot are doing. You're just keeping them all going. Because it was stopping an instant. What, no money, no work done, the whole country, up yours to them. We are not agree, we do not accept, you do need to be punished for your crimes. That's it. How are we going to do it? Non-consent. Do not give consent to these parasites that are looking to be consuming you, your life, your wealth, your children, yeah, and this lovely realm that we have that is ours, given to us by our Creator. I can't say it no clearer than that. So I'm going to put this out, YouTube, Rumble, TikTok, and we see where it goes. TikTok might refuse it because I always get problems when I'm downloading, unless I'm doing it live. And we'll go from there. Alright? People, honestly, yeah, you really need to get on with this because, you know, I'm a believer in Yeshua, right? And yet I find my children are not. But they're good children, yeah, they're good stock, because I'm good stock, yeah. But, you know, that's another entanglement. And of course, they will try and do their best to do what's right, yeah, and I want the best for them. But what's going on? I'm having to fight for their freedoms, like you should be fighting for their freedoms, for your own children as well as everybody else's, yeah. So what are you going to do, people? You're going to be a nap at the time that you need to be awake. You're going to be asleep when the nap is being taken from you, yeah? You're going to be asleep, or you're going to be awake and stand up with the rest of us and do something honourable and righteous, yeah? For our children, for our country, for our livestock, for our assets, and for what we have as our minerals and goods of our country. And again, you know, they've wounded England so badly, we're limping along. We haven't got an in-structure anymore of the economical wealth. We need to re-establish our wealth, yeah. We've got gold mines, yeah. I'm sure we've got silver somewhere as well, let alone the coal and the steel. So, all right. People not necessarily, well, I would work if others would work. Obviously, I'd want to get a rightful pay, but do you know what I learned a long time ago? That it not always matter what the job is that you do. You can make it as good as you can make it. Even a worse job, bad job, you can make it good enough, you can get through. If we're doing it constructively for the right reasons, yeah, and we get, you know, say you would get roughly the right sort of pay that you would get if you was doing something else that you'd rather do, then it's just a question of us re-establishing our country's wealth again, yeah. Our you know, the business side of it, yeah, the industry side of it, should I say. You know, our steel, yeah. We've got steel. Why aren't we producing it? Yeah, why? Because of our politicians. Why? Because of our government. Why? Because they infiltrated our country and our system. Put it that way, yeah. And you know, we've got law and constitution for this, so we need to be with our constitution, with our true law, and backing up the people that can do what they need to do to re-establish the country to a firm standing, yeah. We do this, people. Forget about every other country. Forget about them, yeah. Just forget about them, because, yeah, I'm not saying forget. I'm saying forget about them. What is urgency? What's needed? Yeah, it's us. Yeah, it's our country. It's not about wearing big money boots. Yeah, it's about what is our freedom. What is our children's freedom? Can you not see already what they want? You lazy so your kids go to school, yeah. It is so obvious how the children are so unruly with the parents and at home because they go to common school, Yeah, you know, the state school. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's so obvious, you can't argue it. You could say whatever you want, but truth is truth. I'm a lover for truth. So I'll put it there. You know what you can do. Yeah, it's not about me so much, but you want to get this out there, that'd be good. I'll be liking it because it'll give the message out further. Yeah, further to the people that need it. All right, so I'm going to leave it there for pressure for time. Try and make it short. Get behind your constitution, because if you don't, put it this way, later on in the spiritual realm, you're going to all be regretting that you didn't pull your finger out and do something about it when you can. Yeah, you know, for the men you're leaving it up to the women most of the time. Yeah, and you're wrong for that. Yeah, people that are lazy, get your finger out. Yeah, come on, let's make this happen. Toodaloo.